Howdy there, I'm that indie games guy, and if you're here, then you're exactly like me. You love indie games and want to know what games will be coming out in the future. Or if you're watching this from the future, games that have already been released. This video, I'll explore a whole list of indie games that are set to be released shortly. These could be games you've already wishlisted, or unknown gems. Let me know in the comments below if you like the look of any of these games, and let the video commence. I wanna be the very best, like no frog catcher ever was. To get all the frogs is my request, to sell them is my cause. Thank you for that lovely song, Jack. Now back to your regular broadcast. This is Croakoloco, an idle frog game that is all about watching your frog collection grow, selling them when they're worth the big bucks, and getting more in hope to collect them all. It's Frog Pokemon, Frogamon. You'll start by purchasing a frog pack from your local store. These will contain a few frogs, from common all the way up to the wholly legendary. The frogs you receive will be random, so it won't be guaranteed that you'll get the good stuff for a while. It's kind of like a loot box, but it doesn't cost real money. Take them back home and have them eat flies. This will increase their value and give you passive income to continue the cycle again. Buy frog, sell frog, buy frog, sell frog. Croakoloco is a fun idle game that does allow you to get more involved if you wish. You can get an upgrade that allows you to become one of the little froggos. Idle games are more about just letting the game play itself, and I can find joy in them. It's a different way of playing, and considering it's stress-free, it's always a good idea to have a game like this in the back of your mind when other games get a little too much. Back when I started YouTube, I actually included this game in a video, and a whole year later, we finally get the release of this cute but deadly game. This is Plushie From The Sky, a Souls-like action-adventure that'll have you playing as a fallen angel who is trying to find her way back home. The only item you have with you? A cute bear plushie that'll do more than just be something to cuddle into when these monsters get a little bit too much. Like I said, this is a Souls-like, which means bigger and badder bosses than your normal adventure games, a dodge and parry button, and a whole lot of death before you finally get to move on in the game. Don't let the cute nature of the game fool you. This will be a rather difficult game to master, and it's likely this angel will continue falling until you're finally able to understand the combat and when it's best to attack, when it's best to dodge, and when it's best to run the heck away as they're just too strong for you right now. The cute bear plushie will be your weapon. Use it as a hammer to smash down on those enemies, shoot holy lasers at them from afar, and a lot more abilities will be unlocked as the story goes on. Plushie From The Sky is the best of both worlds, cute on the surface and deadly underneath. Play as an angel while fighting large demons trying to stop you getting back home. This is the developer's first game, and I genuinely think it looks amazing. Massive props to you, Fishwind, and keep making awesome games in the future. Celeste is my favourite game, and part of the reason for that is the emotional story of finding yourself and trying to understand your inner saboteur. So when this game popped up, it immediately reminded me of Celeste for all the right reasons. A philosophical pixel art puzzle platformer. Play as a young child who has made some wrong decisions in their life, and you'll need to help them overcome her shadow of the past, who she just can't shake. This unique puzzle platformer is about understanding your memories, and if they were even your memories to begin with. Puzzles will sometimes require you to zip back to the past, send yourself into danger to allow the past you to flourish. Or was that even you that you just helped? The game is all about giving us a crumb of information at a time. We won't fully understand anything until later on in the game, but by that point, will we even be the same person we were at the start? With my past will make us think we are trying to solve all the puzzles in front of us, but our past will always stay with us. Even if you've locked it away and threw away the key, sometimes it'll find a way to creep up on us. Is it better to accept our old selves and embrace them, or try to run away and just hope that the past never catches up to us? I've never been on a cruise ship, but it is an experience I'd like to try at some point in my life. But imagine you just woke up one morning and you're aboard a luxury cruise liner that's sadly heading towards the bottom of the ocean. This is Gift, an atmospheric adventure that has you trying to escape a sinking ship whilst bumping into people that you're sure you know, but you just can't put your finger on where you know them from. The ship itself is the puzzle. As the game goes on, the ship will tilt from side to side, having water rush towards you, as some areas look completely different as the game goes on. Make sure you remember the way, otherwise you'll slowly be heading towards death. You'll need to be fast on your feet to avoid the danger. Meet the other passengers on board the ship who are also trying to escape. Offer them support and help, and ensure that each passenger is able to escape this one-way ticket to the bottom of the deep blue sea. Gift is a puzzle game that I'd say is rather similar to Little Nightmares or Limbo. These platformers really have you being thrown in at the deep end, and you'll need to try and figure out just how to solve everything in front of you. Magic is normally just there in games. You have the power to cast spells, and it seems like you'll only grow in power by fighting and casting more. This is Phase Factory, and it's giving us something a little different to the norm. This is a story-driven deck-building RPG. Sorcery has only just been invented within the world, and it's already vastly changing the landscape that we know. You'll need to create a spell factory to manufacture new spells for you to grow in power and become the greatest around. Learn from others and use your new knowledge to create new spells, but not all of them are going to be winners. This is about learning as you go, and trying new combinations to see what works well. You'll get to use your new spells in a turn-based combat. This will be where you find out whether the spells you've made were the right choice. If not, you might just see a fireball flying right towards you. It's too late now anyway, so maybe do better next time. Phase Factory is being developed by a solo developer, and has been for the past 4 years. A massive congratulations on your release, and I'm looking forward to see what you do next. This is giving me so many genres in one, and I'm looking forward to starting my own facility to see what kind of magic I can make. I originally covered this game in my upcoming farming games being released in 2024, and it's a rather unique twist on the normal games that you'll see within that genre. This is Brocula, a vampire farming game. You've just awoken after centuries asleep, and everyone and everything that you once had as an immortal vampire is now gone, and has been replaced by Starbucks and local supermarkets. Not really the same as the big castle you once had and all the lands and villages of people wanting to help you. Life will be pretty daunting to someone who's been asleep for 500 years. The internet has boomed, which has caused people to be glued to their phones, and as you look around you see people doing dances for something called TikTok. You'll need to start all over again, and that means finding a job. Look towards working part-time for the local stores, all whilst trying to fix up your rundown castle, and repair it to its former glory to try and get full ownership of your lands again. It seems the town mayor is being quite reluctant to give it up to you. Brocula is a fun twist on the farming genre, and I'm very excited. I love the idea of being able to enjoy the normal farming to get you food, but also look towards trying to rebuild what you had lost, and trying to navigate through this modern age for someone who hasn't seen anything for hundreds of years. It seems each and every week I include a Metrovania in these lists. I'm a huge fan of the genre, but it's not always like they do something new. But with this game, it's giving us an experience that will hopefully have a lasting impression. This is Animal Well, a psychological Metrovania that sees you travel a surreal and wacky environment which is as much mesmerizing as it is creepy. As you hatch from your flower and slowly become a new being within this world, you'll need to explore the Animal Well, a strange and oddly eerie place that is the home to all kinds of different animals, from small to large, helpful to dangerous. It'll be down to you to discover each and every part of this new wonder and decide for yourself if it's the sanctuary you'll be calling home. I will say the pixel graphics really do amaze me here. Seeing the flowers move or the water run, You can tell a lot of time and effort has gone into making this place feel alive, and I'm all here for it. Animal Well is something different. It's not your normal Metrovania where you'll head out, kill lots and level up. This is more about getting the feeling of the land. Uncover new puzzles that will help you understand just what the Animal Well is. Old school Silent Hill and Resident Evil games, they were brilliant and really pushed a generation towards the horror games that were released. Now if you throw in the graphics of a, let's say, older Final Fantasy, you'll get this game. This is Crow Country, a survival horror set within an abandoned theme park, which has started to come back to life after you've entered. This game is stunning. There is something about the fun atmosphere that pulls me in with the block graphics. It's like I'm playing a game straight out of my PlayStation 1 again. The theme park, Crow Country, was once a booming place that had people coming from far and wide, until the owner mysteriously disappeared 2 years ago, and you're here to try and figure out what happened and why he just vanished from the world. But it seems like you're not alone in the park. What would you do to ensure your own safety, and how much danger will you put yourself in to find answers? Crow Country is for the lovers of an older generation of survival horrors, the ones with limited inventory, difficult controls, and mostly the unknown of when and how the monsters will appear in front of you. Make sure you keep enough bullets in that magazine, as things will not be as easy as you had once hoped. I must say, this game is giving me big game energy. It looks beautiful, the story seems amazing, and I'm truly shocked it is actually an indie game, but this is why I love them. This is 1000X Resist, a post-apocalyptic thriller set 1,000 years in the future. Humanity has been wiped out by a disease that came from contact with aliens we called the Occupants. All but one person survived, who was immune, named the All-Mother. Everything is normal until you discover a shocking secret that will change the world. You'll play as one of the sisters. All-Mother is immune and immortal. She had cloned herself to give 6 sisters who sadly aren't immune, having to wear a mask at all points to ensure that they don't get infected. You'll play as the Watcher, the sister with a unique role that allows you to see the memories of the All-Mother. And this is what kickstarts our journey of discovery and betrayal. Find out what really happened in the past and how the planet became what it is today, all whilst having to watch your own back. 1000X Resist is a storytelling masterpiece. The description alone has already sold me on the game, and I can't wait to get into it and see how this story unfolds. The idea of uncovering the truth by looking into the past is fantastic. It's not original, but I love the idea of getting the information without the others even knowing. Who doesn't love a good deck building roguelike, eh? You start off your run with very limited parts, and you have to set off on your travels to unlock more and get stronger if you wish to successfully win the game. This is Rogue Voltage, an engineering roguelike. That's right, it's something different. You'll need to construct your own skills by wiring up modules together to create awesome combos against the monsters that stand in your way. You'll need to craft your own attacks, which is awesome. It's not just a simple attack or heal, you'll need to ensure the loops are correctly made and then let the machine burn through your modules and zap the enemy with whatever damage you've been able to output. Turns aren't just you go, they go, you go and so on. You can push your turn back or pull your turn forward to dodge environmental attacks or surprise your enemy with getting them before they even had a chance to move. Rogue Voltage is crafting up a storm, and I can't wait to see how this game evolves in the future. It's being released into early access, so I'm sure we'll be getting more parts and more progression within the next few months. And a massive thank you to everyone for watching the video. That there is the list of new indie games being released this week. Let me know in the comments if you'll be playing any of these games, or if you're excited about any other games being released, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye!